By now, we've probably seen this situation with Shannon Sharpe and the lawsuit being brought against him by that young woman. Well, because of that lawsuit and then Shannon Sharpe getting fired or resigning, whichever one happened, this conversation between him and Mo'Nique is going viral again. Now, I sat here and I listened to this conversation between him and Mo'Nique and what Mo'Nique was saying. And the things that she's saying, I do understand when she said, leave these young girls alone. I get that. But the reasons why, in her, the way she was talking about that he needs to get him an old fat gal and dropping the B words, it was so dehumanizing. I literally hated the conversation and the things that she was saying. I think both Shannon Sharpe and Mo'Nique dehumanize women. He wants a woman for a masturbatory tool. He wants a young woman for their body, simply that. She's thinking that a woman should come in and, just take care of him, do all of these servant role type of things. Both of them are not looking at women as full humans. It's just like something that's a thing that comes in and is supposed to entertain a man. I dislike the whole discourse of both of these two people.
Let me tell you what my baby need. He need him an old fat gal who can bake good cakes, make some smothered turkey wings, who gonna rub his feet at the nighttime, okay, and gonna have a sip of his cognac to make him feel better about himself when he come home at night. That's what Shannon need. You don't need no 26-year-old girl. You don't need no 36-year-old girl.
I do.
This is your auntie talking to you. Take your old ass and get you an old bitch out there that can love you old. You trying to hang out with these young bitches and you can't do it, Shannon. You just can't do it.
Dang.
When they want you to go for the 4th round, you looking at her like, bitch, listen, I need you want some money to go to Starbucks?
Yeah.
Because I can't go no further. But if you get your older girl, when you get to that 4th round, she's going to say, hold on. Let me go get you some eggs and cheese and some toast with apple butter, because that's going to get your energy back up. I'm talking right to you. Shit. So he thought I was going to be scared to yes, I'm talking. And I know an old gal, she'd be good to you. Her name is Elladora. Now I'm looking right at y'all. Let me tell y'all.
This whole situation with Shannon Sharpe brings up several different dynamics. It's the age gap situation. It's the wealth disparity and the kind of power inequality that comes with relationships. It's consent and ongoing consent. And can you withdraw consent? It's the way that people are casting aspersions because she's an OF model supposedly, and that maybe that means that she doesn't. It doesn't matter if she pulled consent or not. There are lots of different dynamics being talked about in this situation. I did like this post from Crystal Lovin over on Threads. She says, I keep seeing y'all bring up Mo'Nique when she was on the show telling Shannon Sharpe to get a black woman his age. And also the Cat Williams clip of him warning black men about white women and how they can take you down. Both have nothing to do with this case. One person was telling him he needs a black woman to be his mammy, and the other person was talking about being bamboozled by white women. This man preyed on a teenage girl and later on raped her. That's on him. He doesn't need a black woman his age, and he wasn't tricked by a white woman. I am tired of people seeing when black men put themselves into some situation, they swoop in and say, he needed a black woman. That's just like saying that that black women deserve abuse or black women deserve this, because it's not like being with a black woman is going to change who he is at the core of him. We don't need this. Rejection is protection in this case. He doesn't want us. Go do your thing. You want to be over there, go be over there. But people need to know and understand who this person is. And it's being brought to light that this is who he is, with all of the other scandals and lawsuits being talked about in the public square because this woman's lawsuit went public. So Crystal Lovin says, black women don't need to be his mammy. Ew, no. And then we have this person coming in. And like I said, not all black women are saying, nope, not my business. Some women are acting like, he needs defending. This is a grown man. At some point, these people need to take some accountability for their decision making. And I'm not saying that he's guilty or innocent. That's his business. But he actively chose to at best, date this 19-year-old. She was 19, 1 year out of high school. He actively chose to date her, regardless of if there was consent or if consent was pulled. He chose that. So then we have this person, Madam President, coming through with this post, talking about nobody want to talk about the real tragedy of Shannon Sharpe, that deep voice, that chocolate skin, that wide nose, all of it, still fighting for validation under a 500-year ideology that sees him as nothing more than a boy who let a 20-year-old make him feel like a man. Y'all say y'all don't feel sorry for him, but I do, because self-hate wears designer now, and sometimes the strongest body still carries the weakest sense of self. The reason why this type of thing disgusts me is because this type of person, he wouldn't even look in her direction. He does not give a damn about Black women. And he's already said, I am all about younger women. The fact that these people come in and like, you know what, we just got to understand that this is about validation and he's hurting. Who? What? He has enough money to go out and fix that if he chose to. But no, instead of choosing to get some mental help, what he is doing is looking to fix himself through the body of a young woman. And that is disgusting in itself. And I'm tired of people like this acting like we have to swoop around and give this man a big old community hug. Absolutely not. He wouldn't spit on her if she was on fire. And these people need to stop doing this unrequited love because it's not reciprocated. And so that's the reason why I'm just like, absolutely not. Black women need to learn how to pull back and let these people handle their own business, get out of their own mess, and stop making it like we need to do something to, or we need to feel sorry for them. Absolutely not. He can fix this on his own. And then the Jessie Woo swoops in and puts what I just said. She just puts it in black and white. She makes it clear. Why are you infantilizing a 56-year-old man who has had access to millions of dollars for 3 decades? Would Shannon Sharpe do this for you? The man has had access to the best health and mental care money can buy, and instead of prioritizing that, he prioritized sleeping with white teenagers who paid him to racially disrespect him. The girl is 21 years old. Why are you not infantilizing the actual young person in this situation? Ugh. And she says, because money doesn't heal indoctrination, because age doesn't erase generational self-hate, and because being grown doesn't mean you've grown free. This person just seems like she likes to write, right? Y'all confuse wealth with wellness and power with pride. I'm not infantilizing him or her. I'm criticizing the system that raised him to crave white approval and raised her to monetize it. These people are exhausting. And Saturn's daughter responds to that mammy. And that's precisely what she is. She is a pick-me-ship mammy. She says, y'all are making Black men out to be the innocent victims of the same whiteness they worship. This mammy has y'all brain consumed in delusions. All this, and he'll continue disrespecting your image next week. You B-words deserve the outcome y'all get every time. Imagine thinking the predator is the victim, all because the girl is white. That's my thinking in this. And regardless of if he's innocent of what she's claiming or not, he still actively sought out a person barely out of high school. So regardless of the legality of it or not, the black and white of that is still, towing the line of morality and ethics, which of course he has none at this particular juncture. And Ursula just said, they are but beyond pathetic. These BMWs, Black men worshipers, are just like MAGA. Like literally, they're just like really still, y'all. These Black women are still seeking the approval of these men that have absolutely no time for Black women at all. I wish some of these mammies would understand our standing with them and put our energy where it should go with the people that reciprocate the feelings that we have. Stop giving your unrequited love to people that don't give a damn about you. It makes literally no sense. Lots of people are having these conversations in the social media sphere, and we'll probably continue to have these because, like I said at the onset, there are many different dynamics that are being discussed. Miss Tahina says, folks do everything except hold them accountable for their actions. Having race play kink with a 19-year-old teenager, someone who was in the 12th grade just the year before, has nothing to do with validation and everything to do with enjoying his black manhood being fetishized. It's egomania. It's him satisfying his sexually deviant desires. And it's inexcusable. It's a tale as old as time. Ninjas with money and perceived power doing what they do. Inexcusable. It really is inexcusable, however you want to cut it. There's too many power dynamics at play, and it was an unfair power dynamic, despite the fact that she is a white woman. And then finally, Miss Princess at the bottom says, I'm almost certain the language she used in those texts is the same language he made her repeat during sex. I'm sure he had a whole distracting script, and he probably did. And we haven't even gotten into all the text messages and things, the other things that are coming out. But I really wanted to discuss Mo'Nique and some of all the mammy coddling. So join that conversation. Let me know what you think. Don't forget to like, comment, and share.